It's your fault you didn't watch it. It's your fault you made fun of it. It's your fault that you didn't like a twerking She-Hulk. That's your fault, not Marvel. And that's ultimately how it's going to be spun. The toxic man babies just weren't ready for She-Hulk. I don't know if I'm actually going to put that video out. I don't know if I'm super convinced that it's going to get. Sometimes you got to be careful. Just some random dude makes a tweet, like, and it spawns 100 articles. I don't know about that. I think that almost anything that Marvel puts out right now is good. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything that Marvel could put out that would just be bad. I think people are just completely.
Hey, Kilted. Oh, what a day so far.
If I didn't like that, it's done yet. Collabs. I'm trying to find this article. Get this out. You can't. There's no flow to this website. There's no flow. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Bob Iger. I think it was like. The new fall television show is a writer from Captain Marvel and the director of Westworld. It's going to be the message. Amazon has picked up and carried on the DEI torch. Yay. Oh boy. Where is this? It's on Deadline. It's on Deadline. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, I had the freaking article up the whole time. Well, Bob Iger has held his emergency town hall meeting with employees and staff at Disney, and it sounds like there's going to be some major changes. There's going to be a lot of cutbacks, and I think that is inevitable. I talked about it in a video yesterday. The last 13 films combined.
I'm heading to Monroe, Michigan.
$750 million loss. With only one out of the last 13
you couldn't
films
before?
making money.
Anyway.
It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I'm heading to Monroe. I got to go. Unfortunately, I got to release 4 people.
Quality over quantity. Apparently.
Because they're slowing down. Isn't that nice? Like right before the holidays.
But this could be a nod to the fact that
we want me to let people off.
An immense level of superhero fatigue. And this also goes to when I talked about why these movies are failing, why Marvel movies are failing now. It's because they're no longer an event. They're no longer water cooler television shows or movies. No one cares.
It kind of sucks.
No one cares. once you lose that, and I can just stream it whenever I want, after the fact, you're going to start losing a lot of money at the box office. Disney execs talk quality over quantity. Plug Parks say ESPN still eyeing a 2025 direct-to-consumer launch. What?
No, it's not.
Stress the commitment to quality over quantity.
The thing I hate about this job.
The studio's film slate has had a bumpy ride. Dr. Parks and ESPN looked at its future of television in an anticipated all-hands-on-deck town hall today, 1 year after the Disney CEO has returned. I spent the year with the team fixing a lot of things, Iger said, but I feel we've just emerged from a period of a lot of fixing to one of building again. And I can tell you that building is a lot more fun than fixing. Well, I mean, I guess, I don't think, I don't know how, I forget how long Bob Chapek was there, a couple of years maybe. Basically, all the movies that came out, from what I understand, were created under Bob Iger. All the decisions that Disney we saw realized in the past 2 or 3 years are not Bob Chapek's decisions. In assessing some of our performance recently, one of the reasons I believe it's fallen off a bit is that we're making too much, Iger said. But then when it comes to creativity, quality is critical. Of course, quantity in many ways can destroy quality. Storytelling obviously is the core of what we do as a company. I mean, I think that you can look at what Disney, that's a lot of coping. People are still going to the movies. I mean, I don't know how many times I'll make this example, but $1 billion from Oppenheimer, $1 billion for Barbie, $500 million on a $40 million budget for Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever it is. He goes on, I knew there would be a million challenges I would face coming back. I won't say that it's been easy, but I've never second-guessed the decision to come back to Iowa. It feels great. Talk about optimism. Extraordinarily important trait for me. There's no one wants to feel pessimism, but I also believe that hopeless optimism is good.
Yeah. Most of the snow melted today. It warmed up today. It's up to almost 40 degrees, 39 right now. So all that snow we got yesterday is pretty much gone, except for the shadows in the ditches there.
One thing did not go very well. Was hoping it's a lights came out and staffers filed out. Through told deadline to follow lack of direct feedback wasn't clearly communicated in advance. Well, yeah. Of course they're not going to take questions. Because then they have to answer those tough questions. Compound Road and Disney theme parks, Ricky Emerald, during a $60 billion investment in the division of underscoring how tenants have been found since the proof. The success of Frozen Land, the Hong Kong Disneyland issue, Disney still got the franchises to life. I don't even know what it is. I'm assuming Frozen, the movie. I mean, I would assume. Bergman, as Iger did today, has in recent months acknowledged a year of misfires, with the latest of which following the marvels of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Great storytelling isn't just a box office or rating story, but has a ripple effect on the parks and consumer products. But Bergman promised the studio will learn.
I'm gonna grab a coffee and then
the studio will learn.
I gotta go do this deed.
The studio learned from its down year at the box office. Move on to a slate that includes the Omen prequel. The Omen prequel? A prequel to the Omen? I don't get it. What's the prequel? That movie doesn't need a prequel. By the way, also, can I say, possession movies, things like that, kind of played out. I like them too. They're one of my favorite, genres, but now everybody's making them, and I feel a little oversaturated. And I feel a little exhausted by them. A new Planet of the Apes So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Here's what their slate next year is. A prequel, a sequel, a sequel, a sequel, and a sequel. That's what they have coming out. A prequel, a sequel, a sequel, a sequel, and a sequel. Nothing original, nothing new. Omen prequel, a new Planet of the Apes. Again, who the hell is asking for another Planet of the Apes movie? These people have do they have any idea what their consumers want? I never wanted any of the Planet of the Apes remakes. They didn't need to be remade. This is not going to get better for them. I mean, Deadpool 3 will probably do okay. People like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds, and he does it really well. Inside Out 2, who's asking for another Alien movie? Or Deadpool 3 will be fine. I'm not saying you can't do sequels. People do like them. But I think if you're looking at, you're trying to look down the road, and you're trying to look down the highway and make me feel like you've got some good things coming, I am not filled with optimism. Sequels, prequels, and reboots. That's Disney's big idea. We obviously want to build our studio back to making not only great films consistently, but to preeminent status in the business. David Muir of ABC News moderated the anticipated all-hands meeting. The company faces a multitude of challenges have grown and morphed in the years since Iger's sudden reprised role as chief executive. Things were tough then as well, but Iger's presence has reassured investors and employers. The big news at last year's town hall was no merger with Apple, addressing rumors, and no new acquisitions. All true so far, save for the upcoming multi-billion-dollar purchase of Comcast stake in Hulu. Iger got down to work unwinding an unpopular corporate structure devised by his anointed predecessor, Bob Chapek, and going on to cut 7,000 jobs. He recently split ESPN off into its own division, and he jolted the media world earlier this year when he indicated he'd be open to alternatives for ABC and Disney's cable networks and stations as linear television continues to decline. I mean, I don't really know how this has not filled me with any kind of hope. Even if they stay out of the political decisions, right? They stay out of making politics. We just talked about in another video. I guess I don't know when you're going to see this video, but they literally have a Christmas movie that has gross stuff in it with kids. Making a 5-year-old LGBTQ, apparently a 5th grader, and then having him hit on another guy. Why? Disney's priorities right now, according to Iger, are continuing to build out their theme parks, turning ESPN into the preeminent digital sports platform, and bringing ESPN direct to consumers. Great. Now we can buy another flippin' app. Cool. I can buy another app. Here's I go to hell. This week they're talking quality over quantity. Next week they'll greenlight another 20 Star Wars spin-offs. They'll probably do a series all about the owner of Cantina. Exactly. I mean, comedy writers themselves can't make this stuff up. Iger goes on and on about quality over quantity as Bergman chimes in about the slew of prequels and sequels. I mean, imagine a car salesman at a big dealership saying, "We've really put our efforts into the latest and greatest technology and innovation in car models. But hey, let me show you the umpteenth edition of our tired old classics." Am I right? They don't learn until they learn, but nobody really wants to learn. Their Temple franchise and formulaic projects bombed this year. They don't have the guts to develop new material despite paying lip service to the creatives and artists.
Oh, I love it.
Disney leadership went on and on about
Car's covered in salt already.
Of the Walt Disney Company. All they do is push look-alike animated films with the
chopper.
Insert young girl with XYZ family obstacle while remaking their actual animated classics into forgettable live-action throws. Wow, based comment. When it doesn't perform well, they take it out on the employees in the form of layoffs. I would say, I feel like this person either has investments in Disney or they work there. Like, that's a based comment. When do the employees revolt and start pelting with rotten fruit? Hulu and CBS have both pulled 95%.
Yeah, I got to go lay off 4 more people. Joy,
so they don't have
to part of the job.
This is, this is not great.
I got to let my boss know too. But
meeting with your all hands on deck, we've got to pander harder, Nerdrotics pointed out. Yeah, I'd say that's probably what Bob Chapek or Bob Iger probably said. we've got to pander harder, folks. Didn't you know? We have to pander harder. It's not working because we're not pandering hard enough. Give me a break. I don't understand why these people. It seems so simple to me. I guess the argument is it's really not easy to just create something new. I get that. I get that. But I also wonder, if that's the reason they're not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, is that the reason they're actually not doing it? I get the feeling that is not. I get the feeling that is not why they're doing it.
So my boss should be calling me any second now. I may have to mute.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've hit you all with a get woke, go broke. Now, the mainstream press continues to butcher the saying by saying go woke, go broke. It's just worse in every conceivable way. Get woke, go broke. Don't go woke, go broke. That sounds like trash. Trash. Wait, the quartering Jeremy Boring roasted by Timcast fans. What happened? Oh, was he on the show? Was he on the show? You can go with got woke, went broke. Oh, Jeremy Boring was on PBD yesterday too, and it checked out literally boring. Oh yeah, promoting his movie. Dude, I stand by. It was a dark night last night, so I had a few drinks. I sent out some inflammatory tweets that I later deleted. But the more I think, it's fine that their movie exists. He also promoted removing anonymity from social media. Really? I think their movie looks cringe, and I probably wouldn't pay to see it. But I know that a lot of people will, and I guess that's just fine. But it looks like dumb boomer grandpa jokes. woke books bought for huge advances by inexperienced editors hired post George Floyd have flopped, including $500,000 for a queer feminist novel that sold only 3,500 copies, and Elliot Page's $3 million transgender memoir that sold just 68,000 copies. But that would not be a problem if you were charging $10,000 a book. But I don't think that's what they're charging. I have a feeling that's a little less than $10,000 a copy. I mean, if you're not paying $10,000 a copy for Elliot Page's trans memoir, then you're probably a transphobe. But hey, as you guys know, it's a nice tax write-off, I guess. I've often thought about, by the way, side note, even though this is a structured video, I've thought about writing a book for years now. I mean, 68,000 copies is not nothing. I don't think I could sell that many copies, but I definitely, if you do the math, if you Mountain Dew the math, right, you're talking about a lot of money. They paid they paid $44 per book that she sold, or that Elliot Page sold, whatever. They probably sold the book for like $10 to $15. By the way, I've never seen somebody look less happy. I'm not sure I would use Elliot Page as the poster person for transness. I would rather, to be totally honest, I would use Dylan Mulvaney way before her, way before Elliot Page. Woke books that were bought for huge, so just so you guys know, advances are, you're paying this person $3-4 million to write a book in the hopes that people, real people don't care.
Not a good afternoon, man. I got to go lay off 4 people up in Monroe.
Book section, wondering what
canceling all new hires.
Chopped off and gave himself a double mastectomy and didn't have cancer. That is not an interesting story. People are buying the 100th.
Fucking sucks, man.
Whoever that guy is.
I absolutely hate this shit.
Ken Burns was the PBS documentarian, I think, right? So among the works responsible for huge losses is the once hotly anticipated memoir by the actor Elliot Page about their transitioning journey. Page received a $3 million advance but only sold 68,000 copies. Industry standards suggest that publishers paying roughly $7 per book sold is considered a good deal.
I don't know who would ever take pleasure in this kind of shit. I wouldn't want to be associated with that person.
Book, they were thinking that they were going to sell hundreds of thousands of copies. Hundreds of thousands of copies. 68,000 is like pretty impressive, to be honest with you. Like if I wrote a book and I sold 68,000 copies, well, I don't know what people charge for these, $20. If my cost was $12 to print it, I'd feel pretty good. 60,000 times 7, that's a nice little chunk of change. 10,000 times 7 is a really nice chunk of change. But see, all these like rogue idiots thought just because they spend all day on Twitter that and these people, all these trans individuals are getting hundreds of thousands of retweets from bots. By the way, my opinion, most of all these like viral like trans issues tweets.
The sky's beautiful today, man.
By bots.
You guys still cold today? It warmed up here. It's almost 40 degrees now. That's it. It's over 40 now. Yeah.
There's one individual, a prominent trans individual, who very clearly uses bots on their own tweets. Other recent woke flops are
Too young to be sacrificed.
Miss Metropolitan.
Yeah, I just now forwarded the email to my boss
3 girls
as I'm on my way to go do it. So
thank God, who are kidnapped and thrown in the basement.
this is going to affect me too, though. I mean, it's. I'm not going to. They're not going to want me up driving all the way to Monroe every day to not hire people.
The novel's acquired in a deal estimated worth more than $250,000, but has sold just 3,000 copies. I mean, look at Brian Stelter. If this number, I don't know if Mark Dice was memeing or if it's true. That loser from CNN was on every major news outlet showing his book, and he sold just 3,500 copies.
I may be stuck on night shift at the factory.
Another example is queer feminist western, Lucky One, by Claudia Cravens, which has sold 3,500 copies despite commanding a $500,000 advance. You know, by the way, that advance is a calculated gamble based on sales projections, right? So I don't know how it necessarily works, but I assume you get some sort of advance, and then you probably get some small cut of sales. Meanwhile, established white authors have complained that they are facing more barriers to be published.
And we heard you too.
James Patterson, that's what I was thinking. Through criticism, after he likened the situation to just another form of racism.
Man, my gut feels like shit today. I wonder why.
Carol Oates. A friend who is a literary agent told me that he cannot even get editors to read first novels by young white male writers, no matter how good, they are not interested. It's funny, like they don't even care. They have zero care in the world. They have zero care in the world, or zero concern to giving us good books. You want to know why there's no good books at the library? It's because of woke editors and publishing houses are not producing them. They're rejecting them. Now, I'm not saying just because some young white guy made it, it's inherently good. But one would guess that there's probably some good books in there that they're just ignoring because they're not a bi-curious whammon of color. By the way, why do you think so many of these stars are coming out as bi and agender and all this stuff? It's so they can get jobs. When asked what other editions acknowledged they were discriminating against writers because of their skin color, the editor replied, I don't think it was worded quite as blatantly as that. It was worded more like, is this the right time to be championing authors of more traditional backgrounds? Often the language...
I'm trying to get the...
Another editor in a major publishing house admitted to the outlet they were seeking to pursue more conservative work.
So there. That was a cop for a second. No, I'm trying to get the detox center to take me on full time.
Several industry experts noted a trend towards hiring editors of color in the wake of Floyd for some reason. By the way, did you guys see that video that was floating around the internet? That there was like a little baggie that just dropped out on the concrete. I don't know if that was real or not. But like the cops never even noticed it. Among them was Nadzeli Naito, hired by Flatiron, who brought Nasheed Newson's My Government Means to End Me for $250,000. So far, sales for that, according to Tracker Bookscan, it has sold nearly 4,500 copies. However, the platform does not monitor digital downloads.
Yeah, me too.
We don't make any money on digital downloads.
I'm going to be at the main detox center in Green Springs on Friday. I got 4 desktops and a scanner to set up. I had one of our executive directors punch in or answer an email.
Former television host Jamel Hill spent months promoting her memoir. By the way, why do you have a memoir? You've done nothing.
Turned his email into a spam bot.
But despite the media blitz, the book sold just over 5,000 copies in a few months and failed to crack the top 200 on Apple Books, USA Today, or the New York Times, despite glowing reviews from the outlet. I mean, you just hate to see it. You just hate to see it. I mean, I don't. I think it's awesome, and I hope you do too. But I think you ultimately... all these idiots...
I mean, that's what I do.
You know...
I do the staffing that pays bills, but it's looking like nobody wants to work these days. And
I think that
fortunately for me, but unfortunately for me as well, as far as in recruiting and running an office, I make more than most of the recruiters. But right now, I'll be honest, I'm not doing nearly as much as they are. So it's scary. It's scary.
Let's see.
I mean, that's why I haven't bitched too much about even having to do these nights. I mean, normally I'm off every fucking night, but you know, they told me it was temp. Yeah, I know. It's the system. It just sucks.
I just wanted to put out a tweet. You know,
this construction area is done.
I just wanted to put out a tweet roasting Jamel Hill's stupid ass, because she is a stupid ass. All right, that's the show for today. We got through all the topics a little earlier than expected. Make sure, if you're new to the show, that you click that follow button down below. That way you actually get notified when we're live. If you don't have the Rumble app, get the Rumble app, follow the program on there. I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday.
I don't know if the wife would approve of that.
Hours with a full show Thursday.
I don't think I would approve of that.
Who do I have for guests? Do I have guests tomorrow?
Maybe I should just start an OnlyFans.
Thursday and Fridays I have guests now.
We don't have to worry about diseases.
Tomorrow, I got Dave Landau.
No shit.
So Dave Landau will be here tomorrow.
Oh, Dave Landau's going to spew some more lies about the Crowder split.
So tune in. Dave Landau is scheduled to be here tomorrow.
I am definitely going to watch that.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know any escorts that would make that type of money. Maybe in Vegas. Fuck.
Greetings, everyone. This is Jeff with Honor Your Civil Rights Investigations. Today is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. It's 11 a.m. Up to 70 degrees out here now. I'm continuing my tour of the Chattanooga area of Tennessee. This is the municipal building of Soddy Daisy. I think this is a town of Soddy Daisy. I don't know if it's big enough to be a city, but we are here in front of their town hall on the public sidewalk at the steps of City Hall, a traditional public forum, spreading this message of God bless our homeless veterans and help, not hate. And one of the main reasons I like to do this at City Hall is that city council members and mayors are the ones that are passing these laws that directly affect our homeless veterans out there. Some of these laws are violating the rights of our homeless veterans, their free speech rights. And so it's best to come here to these city halls and spread this message directly to the people that would be affecting the homeless veterans' lives directly by passing ordinances. So hopefully this message of help, not hate, and God bless our homeless veterans, will put it in their heart to be compassionate to the veterans and not pass what they're going to wind up putting them in jail, senselessly criminalizing what they do. You know, asking for help should never be against the law. Hey, sir, how you doing? God bless homeless veterans. Oh, hey, I appreciate that. God bless you. I am not homeless myself. I just like to come out in public places. We got a couple days till Veterans Day, so I just like to come out and spread this message.
Oh, it's an old one.
It's just nothing to be sorry about. That's very kind and compassionate of you. God bless you. Do you work here? Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. That's very kind of you. Hey, how are you?
Seeing all of you, checking on everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. My name's Jeff. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
I got my God bless homeless veterans thing. That's all. That's it. We got a couple days till Veterans Day. Get out here and spread this message.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not a veteran, but my brother is. So
Oh, okay. Thank you for your service.
try to appreciate everybody. Were you a veteran? Are you a veteran?
I am. I'm a veteran. I was in the Army. Nothing big. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just kind of went in there for a couple of years, a few years, and did my thing. Got out. Became a truck driver.
That's what my brother does. He's a truck driver.
Was he a driver in the military as well?
No. He, I believe he was infantry. He retired from them and everything. He was an Army retired. Did his years and didn't really know what else to do. And he started truck driving. My grandfather did truck driving, so he just followed that. But he just traveled around the country.
Yeah, I mean that little piece of plastic opens a lot of doors, man. That little CDL Class A license.
Yeah, he sees a lot of stuff.
You get paid better.
He loves it.
You get paid better doing driving trucks than people that have college degrees.
Yeah,
so,
he makes really good money for himself.
I'm retired now, so yeah, I'm just out here spreading this message a few days before, a couple days now before Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
So just hoping that put people's hearts to think about our veterans, on homeless veterans. That's all.
Take care.
All right, God bless.
Oh, well.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Another positive encounter here in Tennessee, in the town of Soddy Daisy in Tennessee, here at the steps of Town Hall. This traditional public forum spreading this message of God bless homeless veterans, freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Wonder how many of these good experiences know him, though.
Hope not hate. Veterans Day is just a couple days away, so keep our homeless veterans and just in general homeless population in mind as we have Veterans Day approaching on Friday. And God bless homeless veterans. So this is the way it should be everywhere we go. Everywhere I go, it should be this way. There's never any reason for any cops to put me in handcuffs, to trespass me without arrest, or actually arrest me for simply saying, God bless our homeless veterans on public property. I mean, I've been arrested now, 7, 8, 9 times, something like that. Anyway, this was a positive experience. Hopefully this good vibes will keep rolling here in Tennessee. With my camera, on and without.
Progress. We are back on the record at 10:42 a.m.
Mr. Dial, regarding the people that complain about the contents of Noel's signs, who are those people?
I do know one of them is Jim, but I'm not sure.
How did the complainers complain to you? Did they talk to you?
One of them did.
What did they say?
They said that there was a gentleman holding signs down at the location that had vulgar language on it that were offensive.
Did they tell you why they thought the signs were offensive?
No.
Did they tell you what the contents of the signs were, specific words?
I only spoke to the one gentleman, and he said there was offensive language on the signs.
Where's Johnny with the letter?
Should be right over here. Thank you. Some guy holding up a sign that says shit is fucked up and stuff or something.
Why did you slap the signs from Noel's hands?
As I explained earlier, one, it was an officer safety issue. We got to know what the signs are made out of or what they were. They could be used as a weapon. And secondly, we were still investigating whether a crime had been committed. And he was unwilling to show us what the other two signs, or what the signs said, other than what we could see.
Did you believe that Mr. Knowles had an obligation to give you those signs?
What do you mean, an obligation?
Did you have the right to see those signs?
Well, it's part of our investigation.
Did Mr. Knowles have the right to refuse showing you the signs?
Anybody can refuse anything.
Okay, if you don't let me look at your sign, I'll take you in custody for disorderly conduct.
Why did you hit the sign so hard?
I didn't know I hit the signs hard.
Did you hit the signs hard?
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to tell you again. All right?
Did you hit them softly?
I don't know what your definition of hard and soft is. That was 5 years ago.
How do you define hard and soft? You can use your own definition, please.
In regards to what?
The level of force that you apply to the signs.
I mean, I don't know how to describe the sign soft or hard.
Didn't you use less force when touching the signs?
I didn't know I used too much force.
Could you have used less force when touching the signs?
In regards to what? I mean, what was the amount of force that I used?
Yeah, well, I texted them all, but I got no replies for them to call me. So this is why I got to do it in person. They know why I texted them. I didn't say why in the text. I'm not going to do it via text. But I asked them to call me because none of them called. So I can have up to 4 people that are going to be pissed off here in a couple minutes.
And carry it forward to children who are significantly getting into trouble with fights so aggressive that legal action is
What the
You
fuck?
said earlier that you could conduct an investigation after you got on the scene that day. What were the results of the investigation?
In regards to what?
Jesus. This guy's a piece of work.
Did you find anything during your investigation that caused you to arrest those?
Through our investigation, we determined that disorderly conduct had been committed.
How did disorderly conduct get committed?
Due to the verbiage that was on the signs, and we had received complaints.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Other than disorderly conduct,
Shit's
and
fucked up and
arrest,
stuff is what it said.
Did you believe that Knowles had committed any crimes that day?
Other than disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. No, I don't think so.
How do you believe that Mr. Knowles resisted arrest?
when we went to touch him, to place his hands behind his back, he fell to the ground and rolled around, or what the term is, allowed us to keep from obtaining his hands.
That was awesome. I'll have my body camera on.
Did Knowles come into contact with you while you alleged that he resisted?
What, physically contact?
Correct.
Don't believe so.
After Knowles hit the ground, did he say anything?
I don't recall.
Did you ask him any questions?
I do not recall that either.
Did any officer ask him any questions?
Sorry, I don't remember.
Is that your cell phone tripod? If it's not, I'm going to sit here. If it is, I'm going to put up to somebody to steal it. If you want to act this way, I'll let you sit here and let somebody steal it. Why would you be the one to protect?
Have you reviewed the dash cam video of this arrest?
I have.
How many times? When was the last time that you reviewed it?
A couple days ago. The amount of times I do not recall.
Mr. Dial, what day did you review the dash cam of this tape? Or the dash cam of this arrest? Pardon me.
It was within the last couple of days. I don't know the exact date.
Where were you?
At home.
Was anyone with you?
No.
I
Were
suppose
you able to
I could start delivering the stuff that people said that they want us to hang on to.
I think so.
I'm telling you, that's the majority of this shit. This guy's gonna rear end me. Oh my god, he just missed me.
Do you remember any specific details about your training regarding First Amendment rights?
No, I do not.
No signal.
Are you saying that you don't
She
remember
dove into the turning lane, just missed me.
one word from your training
That would have been great.
regarding First Amendment
I'd have
rights?
had to stop for that shit.
That is correct.
Are you sure that the First Amendment related training occurred?
We went over the elements of the Constitution, and I believe the First Amendment is part of the Constitution.
But specifically the First Amendment, you don't remember.
Correct.
How long ago was that training?
2007?
Do you remember how long you spent studying constitutional rights?
No, I do not.
Have you had any training related to constitutional rights since you became an officer?
I do not recall.
Have you had any training at all since you became an officer?
Yes.
What topics have you been trained on since you became an officer?
I recall all of them.
Name one.
Accident investigation.
Anything else?
I'm sure there's others.
Where did you receive the training regarding constitutional rights in 2007?
When I was in the police academy, is that what you're referring to?
I'm referring to the training that you received in 2007 regarding First Amendment rights.
The Collin County Collin College Police Academy.
And who trained you in constitutional rights?
I could not tell you.
Because you don't remember?
You're asking for the instructor's name? No, I do not remember the instructor's name.
You mentioned Collin County. Is that What is that? Is that a police department? What organization trained you here?
The Collin, it's either the Collin College or Collin County Community College Police Academy.
Do you remember anything about the protections provided to citizens by the First Amendment?
No, I do not.
Are you aware that the First Amendment gives citizens what's known as the freedom of speech? Have you heard of the freedom of speech? What do you think that means?
Interpretations are a dime a dozen. Basically, someone can speak freely.
Does the First Amendment protect a person from being arrested because of what they say?
Objection form calls for legal conclusion. Answer. I think at times it may.
Have you ever arrested anybody because they said something?
I do not recall.
You said that a few days ago you were able to review the dash cam video of this arrest.
That's correct.
Fuck
Did
you
you
both.
watch the full video?
Of who's recording?
Your dash cam recording.
I watched the first few minutes until Mr. Knowles was placed in the handcuffs.
But you did see from the moment that you learned of Mr. Knowles' presence on that corner until Mr. Knowles was in the car.
I stopped him before he got in the car.
Okay, I think I'm all done.
No questions.
No questions.
And we are going off the record at 11:36 a.m.
Jesus Christ. Come on, people. No signal there, huh? Just gonna stop in front of me. Cool. And these motherfuckers are backing up over here too. Look at this. We just stopped in the road. Because of the garage evidence? Okay.
Did you consider the possibility that the object on top of the tripod was a camera?
It never crossed my mind, no, sir.
Did you ever think about what it might be?
Objection form? No, sir, I did not.
Oh, fuck. The new tire's gonna get fucked up.
Sir, do you understand that the testimony you give today has the same force and effect as if you were before the judge and jury?
Yes,
Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am, I do.
Mr. Short, could you tell me your full name for the record?
Yes, sir, it's Keith Wayne Short.
And where were you located?
At my residence. You need the city?
Yes, please.
Okay, in McClendon, Chisholm, Texas.
How long have you been a police officer?
Roughly 17 years, sir.
What police departments have you worked for?
I've worked for the Cattle Mills Police Department, the High County Sheriff's Office,
and Royce City Police Department, and I'm currently employed by the Sunny Police Post.
During your training before you became an active officer, did you receive any training related to constitutional rights of citizens?
Yes, sir. There were multiple amendments of the Constitution covered during the academy.
Do you remember any specific details from the Second Amendment training?
Not off the top of my head, sir.
What about the Fourth Amendment?
No, sir.
After you became an active officer, have you received any training related to constitutional rights?
I've received so much training over my time as an officer. I can't tell you accurately if I have or I haven't.
Are you familiar with the protections that the First Amendment provides citizens related to speech?
I know they have the right to free speech. If you're asking me the correct definition, then I'd have to say no.
Are you aware or familiar with the protections that the First Amendment provides journalists?
No, sir, I don't.
Have you ever been involved in an arrest where someone was arrested for something they said?
Other than this one that we're doing the deposition over, sir, not that I recall.
Have you ever been involved in the arrest of somebody that was recording something with a camera?
I do not.
Have you ever been involved in an arrest involving a protester?
Not to the best of my sir.
How would you describe Noel's demeanor that day when you arrived on the scene?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking me there.
Did he seem hostile to you?
I didn't come with this, so to answer your question on that, he was never hostile towards me.
Did you see him behave in a hostile manner toward anyone?
Yes, sir. But you're asking me for an opinion on what hostile is. I may have a different opinion than you on what hostile is. I did observe him not being cooperative, if you want to say that's hostile. He was not being cooperative when officers approached him.
So do you think that Winston Knowles' lack of cooperation meant that he was hostile?
Objection for.
I believe that he was hostile in a way of not answering the questions. In the video, if I remember correctly, when officers spoke to him, he also turned his back to them in a manner which, to me, said he was being uncooperative and was not going to be cooperative at that point.
Do you think he deserved to be arrested for not being cooperative?
I don't have an answer for you, Mr. Alexander, because I was not the arresting officer, nor was I the officer that was doing the investigation into that situation at that time.
What do you think usually goes on a tripod?
Depends on the type of tripod you're asking.
All right, guys, I'm gonna kill this for now. I may be back.
I'm asking you.
Thank you for riding with me.
in
Love you
your
guys.
opinion,
We'll get into the results of this later.
What are most tripods used